I am actually in the first generation when the Chinese Communist Party implemented the one-child policy. So I'm the only child of my parents. My parents, they're both professors in a college. You know, our whole family, we witnessed the whole, like the massacre, the Tiananmen Square massacre, the college kids when they were slaughtered. And, you know, I was just a middle schooler back then. So we witnessed the whole thing. And even as young as I was, a middle schooler, I actually joined, you know, one parade as well. 3 days after that, nobody was there to even talk about that movement anymore. It's an environment where the media is totally controlled by the party, and especially when I was pretty young, middle schooler, and if whatever that you see from TV, you read from newspaper, you heard from radio, and even what we learned from our textbooks, it's the same thing that the Chinese Communist Party repeated day and day and day. And even in my college entrance exam, there were questions to like, you know, how do you think of the Tiananmen Square movement? Do you think it is that Chinese Communist Party, they did a good thing to you know, crack down on it? And of course, the standard answer is yes, because if you want to get into a good college, you just have to, you know, all the answers, you just have to recite them, and then you just give those answers. I always wanted to really know, because I heard of U.S. that often, you know, maybe it's curiosity. I always wanted to learn more about U.S. So decided that, well, you know, I'll get my further education in U.S. I learned English since when I was in the elementary school, but still, you know, that's just a course, you know, you don't really use it. And then, you know, I went to a business school. There's a lot of case studies and presentations and discussions and teamwork. And, you know, I remember the first class, the professor was talking about Best Buy, and I was like, what is a Best Buy? I've never heard of it, and I'm going to do a case study on Best Buy. After I came to U.S., of course, I went to the graduate school and actually got a job already because I got scholarships from my professor. So, you know, my job is to help him to do research. And of course, one day I was doing research in a computer lab. I clicked the link, and I still today, I don't know how I got there, but I clicked the link opened. It's actually a letter written by a mom, and she lost her son in that Tiananmen Square massacre that night. And that's the time, you know, when I realized, you know, all my life in China, I was living in the lies fabricated by the Chinese Communist Party, and I actually started to cry in the computer lab. Because I realized that, you know, I can never go back to China, you know, like before, because now I know. I got a job offer. I moved to Minnesota. I'm a project manager with a global company. I'm pretty happy with my job. You know, I feel like I'm doing something important for the communities there. And in my spare time, you know, I actually, again, I try to keep my promise. I try to, you know, pay more attention and help more people know about what's going on in China, and then help people to really, you know, reflect on the traditional Chinese culture that our roots were versus the Chinese Communist Party culture. Falun Gong, it's a traditional Chinese meditation exercise rooted deeply in the traditional Chinese culture. I practice Falun Gong. I feel like it benefits my life a lot. You know, it got rid of like you know, anxieties and stuff. So I feel like I want to share it with my communities and my friends. It's something, you know, from traditional Chinese culture that could be offered to the world. I really feel like I regained my roots here in U.S., and I really, you know, cherish the freedom.